This work is the work of a pyromaniac.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kitty Speaks. It is Sandra, aka Kitty. I'm here today with another edition. Today we are going to be doing yet another talk through makeover tutorial. This is day 6 of the Elf Play Beautifully challenge for me, so we've just got one more day to go. I know I've been bombarding you every day with makeover tutorials, but I hope that you've been enjoying it. This is the look that we're going to be doing today. And today we are using falsies, so settle back, get ready, get you some popcorn, and be ready for almost a half hour of nothing but makeover enjoyment. So the very first thing that we're going to do is our brow. I have saved a whole half a face for you besides the lips. So I know that you're not used to starting with the brows, but I decided that I'm using a lot of ELF products today, and I wanted you to get a chance to see them all. So the very first thing that we're using is ELF Eyebrow Lifter and Shaper. I'm sorry, lifter and filler. So you've got your eyebrow filler on one end, and then you've got a highlighter on the other end. This one is, I don't remember what color this is, but I would imagine it's about like a medium brown or something like that. Usually I'm like a medium brown or a dark brown in most colors. So I'm sorry, but I've had this one for a really long time. Okay, so why can't I see? Okay, here we go. So I'm starting a little bit back. You can see I'm starting, I started about, let's say, 3/4 of the way. I left the front of the brow because we're going to be filling that in with a lighter color. It looks more natural when you have a gradation of color as opposed to just one dark brow going all the way across. And so usually I achieve that by just working with a little bit of a lighter hand, but I recently received a new product that the only way for me to get to be able to use it is to use it on the front of my brow. It's this Chella eyebrow pencil, and I don't remember if this came, let's see, what did this come in? Okay, so it might have been in the May Sample Society box. I know this isn't that important, but no, it wasn't the May Sample Society box. I'm not sure which box this, I'm not sure what this came in, because I don't think that it was in the Ipsy bag, but it may have been. The color is just too light for me. This one is Tantalizing Taupe. So I can't use this to fill in my whole brow, but it works wonderfully for filling in the front of my brow. And I'm going to take my spoolie. I thought that I had all my brushes out ready to use, but my spoolie seems to be MIA. No, here it is. I'm going to take my spoolie and blend everything in. One of the hazards of working with pencil is that you can have, like, you know, clumps. So you definitely want to make sure that you brush through it. Okay, now before I use the lifter side, I have got to clean up the brow. And for that, I really thought that I had myself organized and ready today, but Okay, so to clean up underneath my brow, I'm going to be using a black opal stick in honey. And I'm going to take that with an angled brush. And so that was for underneath the brow. For above the brow, I usually like to take the foundation color that I'm using for the day, whatever foundation I'm using for that day. I will take my angled brush and lightly dip it into the foundation, but I'm just going to be using, this is ELF HD Mattifying Cream Foundation in Almond. And I saved this little bit just for this purpose because I usually wear that foundation a lot. Oh no, I went straight into my brow. So I'm going to have to go back with that pencil and fill in the mistake I just made. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the lifter and just highlight. I don't take this all the way underneath my brow for the full length. I just go right underneath my arch with it. And I'm going to get a clean angled brush to blend this out. And the reason why I don't is because I always highlight underneath my brow with eyeshadow. And so this is not going to serve as my whole highlight. I'm going to set it with an eyeshadow color later anyway. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take e.l.f.'s Smudge Pot in Back to Basics, and this one is kind of like a gold, like a nice shimmery gold. And we're going to take this and create a base on our lid only. So that's the reason why there is no, I didn't use any primer or concealer. I didn't bring it all the way down onto my lid because I knew that I was going to be using this smudge pot, and that's going to serve to prime the eye for the shadow. It's also going to serve to intensify the shadows that we're using because we're using gold and green shadow. And so this is the perfect smudge pot to use. If you do not own e.l.f. smudge pots, you are missing out, hunty. They are awesome. I actually own them all, and I keep them in this little container. And so there's usually a perfect one to use for whatever your need is. Okay, now we're going to go in with this Ultra Quad. Okay, sorry. Wait, let me see if I get it right. Sunrise, Sage, Khaki, and Copper Bronze are the names of the colors, but I don't think I'm holding them right, so sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to wet my brush with e.l.f.'s Mineral Mist. And the green is going on the first, like, say 25% of your lid. Okay, now we've got a fresh brush, and again this color is going on wet, and it is the bronzy, I called it gold, but actually it's not gold, it's bronze. So my bad. Okay, so that's going on like the back 75% of the lid, and make sure that you blend in the green at the front. So just go ahead and take the same brush and just start blending in towards the green so that those colors meld nicely together. Okay? Alright. Okay, now we're going to take BH Cosmetics 28 color neutral palette eyeshadow number 3, and that is going from our crease up to our brow bone. And make sure that you blend out, you use a blending motion to blend out your crease, because some of that green and that bronze have probably overlapped a little bit, so make sure that you blend that out. Okay, now I'm going to take this crease brush. This is an e.l.f. I forgot what they call these, the sparkly brushes, but anyway. So now you're going in with color number 20 as your transition color. Start at the outer corner of your eye, because when you first put the brush down, that's where you're going to have the most concentration of color. So make sure that you start out here and blend towards the front. Then use windshield wiper motions. And keep layering the color until you are happy with the concentration of color. Again, blending really well when you get towards the crease. Okay, so this dark color is going to be the crease color. Okay, now just going to take a blending brush and blend everything out. Now we're going to take an angled brush, and the lightest color is going to be our brow bone highlight. Start underneath the arch. And then run it along from the front of the brow all the way back. Again, blend. Now we're going to take a very small brush, and using color number 15 from the 20 color Neutral palette from BH Cosmetics, that's going to be our inner tear duct. And run it underneath the brow, underneath the lower lash line for about the first 20% or so. To trick y'all, we're using Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0, and that is going to be our tight line for upper and lower lashes. And if you have eyes that water a lot like mine when you're doing eye makeup, you're going to need about a couple of layers of this. This color is waterproof, but for me it's only waterproof after I've had on about 2 layers. So while those are setting, I am going to very close to the lash line apply the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0. And for about the first 20% or so, I'm just going to depend on the color that is in the waterline. I'm not going to add this onto the actual lash line on the lid. Okay, so I've added the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in 0 to my upper and lower waterlines. And I'm not going to apply this underneath the lower lash line. We're going to use a different color there. But on the upper lash line, I've only applied it for about the, starting at about where my iris begins and back. So about the first 20% of the upper lash line, there's no color there. I'm just going to depend on the color that's in the waterline. And make sure that these to meet the upper lash line and lower lash line, make sure that there is no gap in between the colors there. So if you got to wiggle the pencil a little bit in that little corner there to make sure that there is no gap there. Okay, now I am using e.l.f.'s Shimmer Eyeliner Pencil in green for the lower lash line. So remember that we've added that BH Cosmetics color number 15 to the first 20% of the lower lash line. So we're just going to have the green pencil meet up with it there. In other words, we're not taking the green pencil all the way to the inner tear duct. We're just going to depend on that highlight color that we put there and start the pencil about here. Now I'm going to take another angled brush, and we're going to take the green from our Ultra Quad that we're using to set that shimmer pencil from e.l.f. I forgot to add mascara to this lash. Now we're going to add our lashes, and I think that this lash is on the right card. I am using human hair lashes in number 747 small. I actually really like 747 lashes. I have them in regular small and extra small. They just appear really natural to me, and I really like them. I'm using my favorite lash adhesive, which is Ardell's Lash Grip Lash Adhesive, and I am applying a little bit to the back of my hand. And now I'm going to take a brush, and I'm going to take the glue from the back of my hand and apply it directly to the lash with a brush. I find that makes for a lot neater application, and it's also easier. And I can pretty much guarantee, except I just did, I can pretty much guarantee that I won't get glue on the lashes themselves. So I'm just going to the shape is just a little bit off. I haven't used these in a while. I'm just going to take these and drop them right on top of my lashes. And then I can take this tweezer and finish putting them where they belong. Now I can take this applicator, which I usually like to use, and I can squeeze the lashes together. And that makes sure they get, this makes sure that they get nice and snug right up to the lash line. The mascara that I'm going to be using today is NYC Skyrise Lengthening Mascara. This just came in the May Glam bag. No, it didn't. It came in the May Lip Monthly bag. And I forgot to apply mascara to this eye. This helps the lashes to marry. And let me just go ahead and apply another layer to these lower lashes. Always make sure that you twist to apply product instead of pumping. The pumping will get air in your tube and dry your product out. Okay, so for this side of the face, for this cheek, we're going to be using this Milani powder blush in 05 Coral Cove. And the Wet n Wild shimmer, what is it called? The To Reflect shimmer palette from the Fergie Center Stage collection, and this one is Carnival in Rio. To apply our highlight with. I have a lash on my contact lens. Okay, so our lips are e.l.f. Moisturizing Lipstick in Party in the Buff, topped with e.l.f. Super Glossy Lip Shine in Goddess, and they are lined with NK Auto Lip Liner in Ginger. And now I am going to add e.l.f. Lip Definer and Shaper in Nude and Natural. So the nude goes on your Cupid's bow. And the natural goes underneath your lower lip line to push it out a little bit and make your lips appear poutier. Oops. So this is the face, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you like it. If so, tell others, and if not, tell me. We only have one day to go in our e.l.f. Play Beautifully challenge, and so I will see you tomorrow with another talk through makeup tutorial. But until then, you know the drill. Love, peace, and hair grease. Ciao.
This work is the work of a pyromaniac.